The controversial imageboard 4chan has been taken offline following a major cyber attack that exposed internal data and source code. The platform, which has long been associated with online anonymity, chaotic content, and fringe subcultures, has now found itself on the receiving end of the kind of chaos it's often been accused of fueling. Stay tuned for that, but first, a huge thanks to Stonefly for sponsoring this video. Now back to the news. Here's what happened. On April 8th, a hacker leaked nearly 10 gigabytes of internal data stolen from 4chan's systems. The files were posted to a public torrent archive and included sensitive details such as site source code, moderation logs, and internal moderator chat histories. The leak reportedly also contained backend tools and scripts used to manage the site. Interestingly, there's still no public statement from 4chan administrators or its parent company, Good Smile Company. While no hacking group has formally claimed responsibility yet, early analysis of the data suggests the attacker had access to admin-level tools and communications, which implies either a highly sophisticated external breach or possibly even an inside job. Researchers reviewing the leak also noted that some of the moderation chat logs included discussions around site policy, user bans, and controversial content removals, which could provide deeper insight into how 4chan is managed behind the scenes. And yes, moderators talk. A lot. This breach matters for several reasons. First, 4chan is not your typical internet forum. It has played a central role in online movements, internet culture, and unfortunately, a fair share of coordinated harassment campaigns and conspiracy theories over the years. The exposure of its inner workings could have wide-reaching implications, not just for its users, but for ongoing legal and political scrutiny the site often faces. Secondly, the leaking of the site's source code and backend tools poses a real security concern moving forward. If that code is analyzed and exploited, it could open 4chan up to further attacks, or allow attackers to imitate or spoof the platform elsewhere. Third, the exposed moderation logs could lead to doxing or targeting of 4chan moderators, especially if usernames or IP addresses were not properly redacted. That's a major privacy issue that could turn ugly quickly given 4chan's infamously aggressive user base. Meanwhile, the cybersecurity community has taken notice. Several experts on Mastodon and Infosec Twitter have pointed out that the leak mirrors tactics used in other recent forum takedowns, where attackers exfiltrate backend systems and publish tools that help others probe for more weaknesses. At this point, the full scale of the breach is still being evaluated. Analysts are combing through the leaked files to verify the authenticity and determine whether user data was exposed. So far, no user credentials or private messages have been confirmed in the dump, but that could change as researchers dig deeper. For now, if you're a user or even a lurker on 4chan, it's a good idea to be cautious. Avoid logging into the site until it confirms full restoration and security checks. Be alert to phishing attempts impersonating 4chan or related accounts. If you've used the same password on other platforms that you ever used on 4chan, now would be a good time to rotate those passwords. And of course, never reuse passwords across forums and services, ever. And now a word from our sponsor. Get a 100 terabytes immutable and air-gapped scale-out NAS appliance for $8,995. Contact sales at stonefly.com for details. So, to recap, 4chan was taken offline following a significant hack that leaked nearly 10 gigabytes of internal data, including source code, moderation tools, and internal logs. No public statement has been made, and the site remains partially disrupted. The attacker remains unidentified, but early signs suggest the breach was deep, targeted, and possibly personal. This incident not only exposes the vulnerabilities behind one of the internet's most infamous platforms, it also highlights the growing trend of forum takedowns through backend compromise and public data leaks. We'll continue to follow this story and bring updates as more information becomes available. If you found this breakdown useful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next cybersecurity update. And let us know in the comments. Do you think this was an external attack or someone on the inside pulling the plug? Until next time, remember, the internet never forgets, but sometimes it gets hacked first.